Hello guys, this is a Ganyu artifact set overall damage output comparison video. I will be comparing the 4-piece Wanderer's Troop, 4-piece Blizzard, and the 2-piece Gladiator 2-piece Blizzard sets. Do take note that I'm using level 0 artifacts, and as much as possible with no damage increasing substats like attack or crit damage to level the field. Now my Ganyu is level 70 with level 1 talent upgrades, and I'm also using the free-to-play level 60 R1 prototype Crescent. So here we go. The Wanderer set gives you a 35% charge attack damage bonus, and it also applies to the bloom damage, which makes it suitable for damage dealing Ganyu. You might have noticed that I'm using HP, attack, defense, attack, and crit rate for my artifacts as I don't have good stats on my Wanderers, and so I'm going to use the same stats for the other two sets. Now, I have an additional 15% crit rate bonus for using 2 cryo characters and another 20% from Ganyu's passive ability after using charge attack. And so we have 2304 crit damage for Ganyu's Bloom, where the bulk of her damage comes from. Take note though that the 36% attack bonus from the prototype Crescent only lasts for 10 seconds after hitting a weak spot. The 2-piece Gladiator 2-piece Blizzard gives Ganyu an 18% attack bonus and 15% cryo damage bonus, which gives Ganyu a slightly higher attack stat. So let's see how it compares to the Wanderer set. The Bloom managed to deal 2155 crit damage, which is lower compared to the Wanderers, and so we continue to the 4-piece Blizzard set. This set gives a 15% cryo damage bonus, 20% crit rate to enemies affected by cryo, and another 20% crit rate to frozen enemies. Now for computation purposes, I will only consider the first 20% crit rate bonus for this set. Also, I'm using a crit damage circlet to compensate for the set's lower damage bonus, and besides, you already have a good crit rate bonus for this set, which gives us 2056 Bloom crit damage for the Blizzard set. Comparing the 3 sets, the Wanderer's set gives us the highest damage for Ganyu's charge attack, and the Blizzard with the lowest damage. Now let's say that you fired a total of 6 shots. So what I'm going to do next is to combine the charge damage and the bloom damage for their total damage so that we can apply the actual crit rates and crit damages across 6 shots. What we now have here is the average damage of doing 6 charge attacks, while taking into account the actual crit rate and crit damage I used for the test. You can see that the Wanderer set still has the highest overall damage using charge attacks, but what I would like to point out is that the 4-piece Blizzard set has already surpassed the Gladiator Blizzard set because of the higher crit rate. The effect of higher crit rates may not be apparent with single shots, but will have its effects in the long run. Now again, let's say that these 3 sets have the same crit rate and crit damage of 50% and 100% respectively. Then now we have these new overall damages with the Wanderer set still leading the way. But if you look closely, I inserted a 50% crit rate and 150% crit damage for the Blizzard set. Using the Blizzard set gives you a possible 20 to 40% crit rate, and with Ganyu as your main DPS, you will almost always apply the cryo debuff on enemies, so giving her a crit damage circlet will increase her total DPS. This way, we now have almost the same overall damage for the Wanderers and the Blizzard set. For this next part, I will be using Ganyu's burst skill on top of her charged shots. Take note that Ganyu's burst spell gives characters inside the AoE a 20% cryo damage bonus through her passive skill. This only takes effect after activating the skill and does no bonus damage to the burst skill itself. Also, the 36% attack bonus from the prototype Crescent or any other bonus applies for the whole 15-second duration of the spell. With the burst spell active, ice shards hit enemies around 10 times, and you can do around 6 charge attacks for the duration of the skill. That's why we have been using 6 shots in our examples. So adding in 10 ice shards and 6 charge attacks with increased damage, we now have the Blizzard as the highest damage dealing set because of the higher crit rate and crit damage. And I've also computed for the 50 crit rate and 100 crit damage, as well as 50 and 150 crit damage for the Blizzard set. Final thoughts, the Wanderers deal the most damage when only using charge attacks, but the thing is, the Wanderers set is quite hard to farm. The Blizzard on the other hand has lower charge attack damage but will quickly make up for its lack of bonus damage through its crit rate and crit damage, in addition to using Ganyu's burst skill. It's also easier to come by. I hope this video helped you one way or the other, and thank you for watching.
断罪の名において